Hi, my name is Boyd Shepard. Today I want to talk about an issue that comes to me via email or phone calls from clients or dentists across Texas on a weekly, certainly on a monthly basis. From time to time, doctors have patients make a request for a refund for the fees that they've paid for services. Sometimes the patient is not really not unhappy, but they just want their money back. They're dissatisfied with the product, even though they do like the doctor and they want everything to work out. They're not looking to make a complaint. They just want their money back. Other times, patients can be really ugly. They can be very, very disgruntled and be insisting that they get their money back. In most cases, doctors feel that they've done the work. They've done the work within the standard of care. They've done the work according to the patient's requests and desires as far as the type of restoration, the shade, any number of details that the patient was communicating to the doctor, and the doctor feels they've done everything according to the patient's wishes and certainly within the standard of care. They don't feel compelled to give a refund in cases where the work is complete and the restoration or the work has been delivered. In any case, a patient may be saying, listen, I understand everything you're saying, but I want my money back. So it becomes a mathematical equation at that point. Do you give the patient's money back for work that's been completed and delivered, or do you stand your ground and risk having them file a complaint with the State Board of Dental Examiners, or perhaps even if the damages or the money in either contract law or negligence is such that it would justify bringing a civil suit. Those cases are rare. Civil negligence or civil contract cases over work performed. In all likelihood, a patient will be left with the option and the most likely alternative of seeking some sort of resolution through a complaint to the State Board of Dental Examiners. Obviously, this is something a doctor wants to avoid. You may have been completely justified in not refunding the fee because, in fact, your work was within the standard of care and according to the requests of the patient. But with every State Board investigation, there will always be a request for records. It could be that your records have violations that will allow the case to go forward with the State Board of Dental Examiners, even though they may very well drop what the patient originally complained about and not have you issue a refund at all. And so, again, getting back to the mathematical equation, do you go ahead and refund the fee for that crown, that bridge, that multi-unit span, that denture, that partial, that restoration of any kind, whatever the cost may be? What is that cost versus defending yourself and the time out of the office, the stress, and the worry of a state board case? Again, the principle of it says that if you did the work and you did it according to the standard of care, that there's no way that you would ever refund a patient fee just because they're insisting on it. Obviously, my advice will always be that you work with the patient closely. You make sure that you allow them to talk and to say what it is that they're unhappy about. You do your best to communicate to them all of the alternatives and how you can proceed together. And hopefully that will bring you to an end. And if a refund is something that you mutually agree on, then that's a good thing. If it looks like you're not going to be able to agree, then you will risk them complaining to the board. Another option, obviously, is the local dental society peer review. That's certainly always an option, and usually only for doctors who are members of their local society. And that process can work very well. In any event, if you do decide to refund, make sure that your dental records for any particular patient, and every patient for that matter, are within the guidelines of compliance. What the state board rules require is all up to snuff and in compliance with the rules. make sure that you well document the episode that has led to this request for a refund and how you handled it, what was communicated to you, and as well as what you have communicated back to the patient. It's complicated. It, at first glance, doesn't seem like it should be very complicated, but there are issues to be dealt with. You should get a release of claims. You will not be able to get a patient to waive their right to complain to the board. But the hope is that you can handle it and nip this in the bud and get their temperature down at the beginning if you're going to make a refund in such a way that they never even consider it. If you don't get a release or a waiver for civil complaint, which is all that you'll be able to protect against, then at a minimum, regardless, in every case, whether it works out or not, make sure that your records, again, document how this episode occurred, what was communicated, and all of the details. And it's something that, quite frankly, you should get legal assistance with. You should get an opinion. No two cases are the same. No two patients are the same. Each individual case has their own concerns that you need to address whenever a patient is disgruntled and, in all likelihood, seeking a refund, not because of anything you did, but just because of what they are perceiving in their mind. I hope this helped. My contact information is below, as well as links to forums that can assist you in situations like this. Certainly my contact information is always available to you to contact me if I can assist you in any way. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and look forward to talking to you again soon. Thank you.